I saw when he walked towards the table. I seen when he turned towards me, and I saw the machine snatch him around and pull him into the machine. He died. He went limp in my arms. And this is still pulsating in my brain.
This wasn't a murder. There were no weapons, no assailant, no warning. Just a powerful machine, a single oversight, and a man violently yanked into death while his wife watched, helpless. This is the tragic story of Keith McAllister, a 61-year-old man whose life was taken by one of the most powerful magnets on Earth inside a medical MRI machine. It was July 16th, 2025, a typical summer afternoon in Westbury, Long Island. Keith McAllister had accompanied his wife, Adrienne Jones McAllister, to a local MRI facility called Nassau Open MRI. Adrienne was undergoing a routine scan. Keith was simply there for support, but that visit turned into something no one could have predicted. Keith was known to be a fitness enthusiast. That day, he was wearing a 20-pound metal weightlifting chain around his neck, something he wore regularly, even outside the gym. Staff at the MRI center had reportedly seen him wear it before. In fact, Adrienne says technicians even joked about it, saying, "That's a big chain. That looks heavy." But no one asked him to take it off, and worse, they allowed him inside the MRI room. As Adrienne's scan was ending, a technician asked Keith to help her off the table. He stepped inside the room, still wearing the chain. In an instant, everything went wrong. The MRI machine, which operates as a super powerful magnet, locked onto the metal. The chain was yanked. Keith was ripped off his feet, thrown across the room. His wife screamed. The machine pulled him so violently, he went completely limp. Adrienne said she held him in her arms as she screamed at the staff.
He died. He went limp in my arms.
Adrienne Jones McAllister says her husband, Keith McAllister, died after he was sucked into an MRI machine at Nassau Open MRI in Westbury.
I'm not able to sleep. I'm barely eating. I just can't believe. I still trying to wrap my head around the whole thing. He waved goodbye to me, and then his whole body went limp.
Adrienne said after she'd had an MRI on her knee Wednesday, she needed help getting up. She said she asked the technician to get her husband.
And I yelled out Keith's name, Keith, come help me up, come help me up.
She said the technician went to get her husband and brought him into the room, despite the fact that Keith was wearing a 20-pound chain around his neck with a large lock that he used for weight training.
They were standing there laughing and joking before he even came to the table.
When Keith got closer to Adrienne to help her up, she said the unthinkable happened.
At that instant, the machine switched him around, pulled him in, and he hit the MRI.
Adrienne says she and the tech tried to pry Keith off the machine, but it was impossible.
I was like, could you turn up the machine, call 911, do something, turn this damn thing off?
Keith was rushed to North Shore University Hospital, but the damage had already been done. He suffered multiple heart attacks, and by the next morning, July 17th, 2025, Keith McAllister was dead. His wife later said, "He waved goodbye to me, then he collapsed." All this could have been avoided. The staff's neglected safety protocols and didn't advise him to remove his chains. This is 100% the center fault. Keith McAllister was allowed into the room without being screened. Staff had seen the heavy chain before and even commented on it, but they never asked him to remove it. His wife claims they invited him into the room to help her off the table, unaware of the danger that was about to unfold. MRI machines are not toys. They generate magnetic fields up to 30,000 times stronger than Earth's gravity. That's enough to pull in wheelchairs, tools, even oxygen tanks, instantly and violently. There are strict protocols in place. Every person, patient or not, must remove all metal before even entering the room. But in this case, it didn't happen. The staff had already seen the chain before and should have stopped him. Instead, they invited him into the room. The Nassau County Police have launched an investigation, and there are serious questions about staff training, facility oversight, and safety compliance. Adrienne is now left to pick up the pieces, but she's also seeking answers. She wants justice, not just for Keith, but to ensure this never happens again. This isn't the first time MRI machines have taken lives. In 2001, a 6-year-old boy in New York was killed when a metal oxygen tank flew across the room and crushed his skull during a scan. Despite how rare these cases are, every one of them is preventable. Keith McAllister was 61, a father, a husband, a man simply trying to support his wife. His death wasn't caused by an act of violence, but it was still negligent and avoidable. Let this be a reminder. MRI safety rules are not just guidelines, they're life or death protocols. What are your thoughts on this tragic case? Was this negligence or a fatal mistake? Let us know in the comments. If you or someone you know has a story that's painful, personal, or treacherous and needs light shed on it, DM us. You might be featured in an upcoming video. There's always two sides to every story, and over here at Treacherous Crimes, we dig into everything. Subscribe for more real treachery stories broken down by us.